Happy Mother's Day, YouTube. Thomas L here. Of course, it's Mother's Day, so I decided to do my top 10 favorite TV moms of all time. Because there's been some really amazing TV moms. Whether they're sitcom moms or, TV drama moms or whatever. So, with that being said, here's my 10 favorite TV moms. Alright. Coming in at number 10 will be Claire Duffy, played by Julie Bowen on ABC's Modern Family. I really like Julie Bowen on Modern Family. I think her as the mother, Claire Duffy. I think is a really good character. Of course, in it she's the daughter of Jay, played by the great Ed O'Neill. Of course, she has a younger brother named Mitchell, played by Jesse Tyler Ferguson. Of course, she's married to Phil Duffy, played by the great Ty Burrell. I love Ty Burrell on the show, by the way. I mean, Ty Burrell is really great. Of course, I'm going to talk about the TV dads when Father's Day comes. And of course, she has really great relationships with her kids as well. Of course, her kids are played by Sarah Hyland, Ariel Winter, and Nolan Gold. I think Claire is a really interesting character. Like, of course, she pretty much she gets along with her brother, Mitchell pretty well here. And, also on Modern Family, she had, a troubled relationship with her own mother, who, frankly, criticized her and all. But that being said, I think the character is pretty decent. She's a very she really has, like I said, she has great relationships with her kids on the show. She has a great relationship with Phil, and now I think Julie Bowen is just terrific on the show. And I know Modern Family is actually ending next season, which I'm a little disappointed by. But the show did run its course, so hopefully it ends up with a bang. But now, of course, this week, spoiler for people who still haven't seen Modern Family yet. Of course, now Claire is a grandma now because, of course, Haley, just gave birth on the season finale. So I guess now you consider Haley as a new TV mom, but of course she's a new lead TV mom. But anyway, if you guys still never seen Modern Family, they play reruns on USA and Fox and all that. Give Modern Family a go. It's a really good show, and of course, Claire has a mother, a stepmom, which is of course played by Sofia Vergara and all. But yeah, Modern Family, I really just adore the show, and I mean, I was actually really late to the party when it came to Modern Family. I mean, Modern Family premiered in 2010. And I didn't really start watching until maybe 2014 or 2013 because it kept winning all those awards, and I was like, maybe I should give the show a shot to see how good the show is because it kept winning those awards and all. And I gotta say, it's a really interesting show. Modern Family is a hit and miss show once in a while, but when it's a hit, and I really like the show a lot. It's gonna be a shame to see the show end, but hey, good things come to an end, I guess. Alright, coming in at number 9 will be Jay Kyle, played by Tisha Campbell Martin. Now, of course, Tisha Campbell Martin, if you guys don't know, she's been on the show Martin with Martin Lawrence, and my wife and kids, I really loved this show back in the day. It was a really funny, well put together show. Of course, Tisha Cameron, of course, played the wife to Micah Cobb, played by the great Damon Wayans. Still disappointed about Lethal Weapons cancellation, but that's a topic for another day. And she has really great chemistry with her on-screen kids. Of course, her kids are played by Jennifer Freeman, Giorgio Gore II, and Parker McKenna Pozo. And I really like the episodes where it's mainly just her and some of my favorite episodes of My Wife and Kids was always the episodes with her and her kids all hanging out and all. it shows how great of a mother she is. Like in the first couple of episodes, she mainly had Jay had had lots of work. Was very busy with her job, but then like in one of the seasons, she ends up getting fired, and now throughout the whole season, she ends up staying home until she of course goes back to school to get her like GED and all that. But that being said, it's I really loved My Wife and Kids when it was on. It's you know there was lots of related moments here. The all the cast all had really great chemistry with one another. I really enjoyed the show, and My Wife and Kids still gets shown a lot now. Like it gets shown on VH1 a whole lot, and it gets shown on BET once in a while. It's a shame that the show didn't last so long because like the series finale, Jay ended up getting pregnant, being pregnant with her fourth child, but we had no idea. That's pretty much when the show ended. Like it pretty much ended off with a cliffhanger, which oh boy, cliffhangers on shows is one thing that grinds my gears about TV shows. I mean, change subject. We just had like Star just got canceled, and of course they just ended like that show ended with a cliffhanger, and yeah, that's always one thing that always grind my gears about TV shows are cliffhangers. But anyway, My Wife and Kids. If you guys still never had a chance to check out My Wife and Kids, here we go. Like when the show was on, I actually even called it this generation's Bill Cosby Show, because like I guess you could say Jay was a bit like Felicia Rashad's character in a way, and Michael Scott was a whole lot like Bill Huxtable. Yeah, My Wife Kids it was a really funny show back in the days, and if you guys still never seen there's like reruns on TV. They show it's a really funny show. All right. Coming in at number 8 will be Roseanne Connor on Roseanne. Of course, Roseanne was played by Roseanne Barr on Roseanne, which of course first premiered in 1988, but then it ended in like early 2000s, I believe. But then, of course, ABC revived Roseanne, and yeah, we all know what happened when Roseanne returned to TV. I mean, Roseanne took some ambulance. She tweeted some racial stuff, and then she got fired. And then, of course, ABC picked up the Connors, and you guys know how that all went. But as a character, I thought Roseanne was a pretty interesting mother. She has a pretty good chemistry with her on-screen kids. Of course, one of which her kid is played by Sarah Gilbert, who reprised her role on both Roseanne and, of course, the Connors. Of course, she was the wife to Dan Connor, played by the great John Goodman. Then, of course, when the Connors came, Roseanne, her character pretty much got killed off because you guys know Roseanne said some hateful, like some racial stuff, and then I'm not getting into the whole Roseanne situation, but you guys know what happened with the whole Roseanne situation. But anyway, yeah, but the character itself she was a pretty decent character. I mean, a little annoying at times. Like there was some cringy moments with Roseanne, but she had some pretty interesting moments. She had like really great chemistry with her kids. She had a really great on-screen chemistry with Dan Connor. And it's a shame that and she pretty much is not reprising her role as Roseanne anymore because of stuff she said. But hey, really, I always thought that Dan Connor was more the heart of the show than Roseanne was, to be honest with you. So it's pretty cool that they still got the Connors on, but of course Roseanne was that show was really great and they still actually show reruns, like despite the whole Roseanne situations. Like I've seen, recent reruns of Roseanne, and the show still holds up today. It's a really funny show, and Roseanne, she was really, she was pretty decent on the show and all. All right, coming in at number 7 is Edith Bunker, played by Jean Stapleton. Of course, she is the wife of Archie Bunker. All in the Family is a really hysterical show. Like, if you guys still never had a chance to check out reruns of All in the Family, it gets shown on Meet TV all the time, and they show reruns a whole lot. Do yourself a favor, watch All in the Family, and you'll see some of the stuff that was on All in the Family. Some of that stuff probably won't work well in today's audience, to be honest with you. But it's still a really funny show. Like, Edith Bunker, her and Archie they were both really great parents on the show. Like, they had bicker at times. Like, they had some pretty funny lines with one another. And, like, I really always liked their chemistry. Of course, you had Rob Reiner on this. Sally Struthers was also on the show. Like, before Rob Reiner became a big-time director with stuff like Misery, Stand By Me, and loads of other stuff, he, of course, appeared on the Family, which Rob Reiner was pretty good on the show. And, yeah, Edith Bunker is definitely a really amazing TV mom. Like, she got along with her kid pretty well, and like I said, the chemistry between both Archie and Edith, that, of course, sells the show. It's a really interesting show. And, of course, ABC has, like, a live televised event special with actors reenacting the characters. So that, Marissa Tomei is actually playing the role of Edith, while Woody Harrelson is playing the role of Archie. So that should be interesting to watch, but we'll see how good that is. But anyway, definitely check out All in the Family if you guys never seen it. It's a really funny, well put together sitcom. Like, the show premiered in the 70s, and I think the show still holds up today. Just some of the jokes in that probably won't fly well with today's audience, because you guys know how offensive today's audience can get. Alright, coming in at number 6 is Beverly Goldberg, played by Wendy McLean-Covey. Now, of course, unlike the other characters, Beverly is actually based on a real-life person. And I really simply love the Goldbergs. It takes place in the 80s, and it does the 80s really well. Like, this show makes me wish I was raised in the 80s, because I really love the show so much. Like, Beverly has, of course, really great chemistry with her on-screen kids. Of course, she has great chemistry with Murray Goldberg, which is, of course, played by the great Jeff Garlin. Her dad in this is played by the legendary George Segal. It has a really great script behind it. Of course, Beverly really smothers her kid with lots of affections, and if something doesn't go right in her, and of course, the scoring thing, she'll just go, she would give 2 hoots. She'll just go to the school and deal with whatever problems her kids are facing, and even the principals are actually scared of her. Of course, the principal is played by the very funny Tim Meadows. Tim Meadows is a really funny guy, by the way. Of course, he's on School and all. Yeah, Tim Meadows, I really liked his interaction with Beverly. They're pretty funny together. And, yeah, Goldbergs I'm hoping the show lasts really longer, because, of course, Goldbergs just got renewed for season 7. The show premiered, in 2013, and it's still going strong. So, there have, of course, been reruns on TV Land, Nick at Night. This is going to be, 20 years from now, I'm telling you right now, Goldbergs is going to be an instant classic. I guess you could say this is, this generation's of All in the Family, or maybe actually more like the Wonder Years in a way. It has, a Wonder Years feel to it. But, yeah, if you guys still never seen the Goldbergs, it's, on TV, it's on ABC. Do yourself a favor, watch the Goldbergs. You'll laugh while you're watching it. Alright, coming in at number 5 is Lois Griffin, who's, of course, voiced by Alex Borstein from, you guessed it, Family Guy. Lois Griffin is just She's an interesting mother. Like she does some really risque stuff as a mother. I mean, in a couple of couple of seasons, she ends up shoplifting. She ended up sleeping with Bill Clinton. What else? Boy, there's been so many seasons of Family Guy. I can't even remember all the things that Lois Griffin has done in my head. But of course Stewie Griffin ends up always trying to kill her. You guys know how that always turns out on Family Guy. Although Stewie never really tried to kill his mother anymore, which it's kind of I mean, I love the new season of Family Guy, but it is a little disappointing to know that Stewie doesn't really go on out of his way to try to take down Lois anymore. I kind of do miss, in a way, I do miss the old Stewie, but the new Stewie's still pretty decent. Of course, Brian ends up, having mainly Brian and Quagmire both are true characters who always try to win Lois as well. Like they hit on Lois a whole lot of times. And Family Guy, I think it's to me it's one of the funniest animated shows on TV. It's just hilarious, and Lois is definitely. I probably could have gone with either Lois or Marge Simpson, but I'm gonna say it up front. I'm not really that much of a Simpsons guy. I mean, I've seen episodes here and there, but the Simpsons I'm not really that big with, to be honest with you. But Family Guy is a really awesome show. So, but anyway, yeah. For whatever reason, if you guys still never seen Family Guy, do yourself a favor, still check it out. It's really awesome show. But again, who still haven't seen Family Guy nowadays? So. All right, coming in. All right, coming in at number 4 is Claire Huxtable, played by Felicia Rashad in The Cosby Show. Now, I'm gonna say it up front. Despite everything with Bill Cosby, I mean, what he did is still sickening and despicable. But I'm gonna say up front, The Cosby Show is still a hysterical show. I still like the show. It's a little awkward watching Bill Cosby now, knowing who Bill Cosby was. Like the stuff that Bill Cosby said, it's still a little awkward watching the show. But I keep that aside. Like what Cosby did, still very sickening, but I still kind of appreciate the show. Like, I mean, what Bill Cosby did, he did, not what none of the characters did do nothing. But Claire Huxtable, played by Felicia Rashad, is a really cool character. Like, she really has a great relationship with her kids. Her relationship with of course, her relationship with Cliff Huxtable is really good. It's a really I still like the show despite everything going on with Bill Cosby today, and the chemistry between both Hux and Claire really sells the show. And Felicia Rashad, I mean, I think she was the really hot of the show, and yeah, I still really appreciate the series. And if you guys still never seen the Cosby Show, I could probably see why you guys won't want to watch it now. But if you guys still haven't seen it, it's still a classic, really. All right. Coming in at number 3 will be Mara Cunningham, played by Marianne Ross from Happy Days. Who doesn't love Happy Days? I mean, Happy Days is I think it was released, I think it was premiered in the 70s, I believe. Yeah, I think it premiered in late 70s and 80s. And Happy Days it's an iconic show in its own part. Now, of course, she's the mother of Chuck, Richie, and Joanne Cunningham. Of course, Richie, by the way, was played by Ron Howard. Kind of funny how two classic sitcoms like Happy Days and All in the Family featured a character who's now a big time director. Like All in the Family, of course, featured Rob Reiner, who of course is a big time director, and Ron Howard is of course a big time director. And Marion Ross, I really loved her on the show. She played Cunningham, like the wife, really well. Of course, she's the wife of Howard Cunningham, and not to mention Henry Winkler was on this, and of course he played the Fonz. I mean, who didn't want to be the Fonz back in the days? And of course, a few other people in this. You also had Scott Baio, Moran, who of course went on to do the spin-off. Joanne, I love um, Chachi Love Joanne, I think it was called. Of course, Tom Bosley played the role of Howard. Who didn't love Tom Bosley on this show? He was terrific on this. Of course, the show was created by Gary Marshall. Happy Days is a classic. It's definitely one of the best sitcoms of the '70s. And I mean, the heart of the show is, of course, Merritt as Marianne Cunningham. So I mean, yeah, if you guys still never seen Happy Days, they show reruns on MeTV. Give Happy Days a go. It's a '70s classic. All right. My number two favorite will be Peg Bundy, played by Kathy Segal on Married with Children. Now, lots of people probably as this as their number one favorite, but I'm actually adding like my number one favorite. I kind of like more than Peg Bundy, but Married with Children, like of course, my family had Ed O'Neill, and once again Ed O'Neill, like back before he did my family. Of course, Ed O'Neill was married to let me start this over again. Before Ed O'Neill was married to Gloria from Modern Family, he was married to Peg Bundy from Married with Children. This is a classic series in its own part. It's really funny. She had really great chemistry with her on-screen daughter as well, played by Christina Applegate. And Captain Siegel, like she plays the mother role really well. Like, of course, after this, she had played the on-screen mother again, and other stuff like Ace of Rules and all. But of course, Kathy Siegel's best role will, of course, always be Peg Bundy. She had some really great fashion wear. Like, I'm not really that much of a fashion ace, to be honest with you. I mean, if you look at my dressing closet, you'll see I'm not really that much of a fashion guy. But I gotta say, her fashion list was really good. Like, of course, it was in the '80s and '90s, and the fashion back in the days was pretty decent. And I also always like the chemistry between Peg and Al Bundy. Like their chemistry is what really sells the show perfectly. It's a classic sitcom in its own part. If you guys still never seen Married with Children, definitely check it out. I'm still holding out hope that Kathy Segal will guest spot on Mar Family, like maybe for the season finale or something. Because I'm surprised it never happened. Like Ed O'Neill and Kathy Segal, they were like the prime couple back in like prime TV couple back in the day. So kind of weird that Kathy Segal never had a guest spot on Modern Family. Like, but hey, maybe if we're lucky, she'll have a guest spot on the series finale. Who knows? But anyway, back to the show. Definitely check out Married with Children if you guys never seen it. It's a classic right there. All right. Now, my number one favorite TV moms of all time. Now, who is better than Peg Bundy? The best TV mom of all time is the one who has tons of children, and that is Carol Brady from The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch is a all-time classic TV comedy right there. I mean, here, she was once engaged to Thomas Patrick O'Malley, but like they did not marry and all. And so like her first husband Daniel Almont ends up disappearing without explanation. Leaving her to like raise their three girls, Marsha, Jen, and Sydney. And she ends up finding a perfect match in Michael Paul Brady, and he also has kids of his own. So of course they pretty much put their like get married, and their kids are ends up being siblings, and it's a really classic TV sitcom. The Brady Bunch also had the classic TV theme song. I mean, one of the days I gotta do my top 10 favorite TV sitcom theme songs. The Brady Bunch is definitely one of the best theme songs there are, and Florence Henderson, of course, she played the role of Carol Brady. Oh, R.I.P. Florence Henderson, by the way. She was amazing on the show. And she had really great chemistry with the kids, even the kids who wasn't her biological kids. She had really great chemistry with them. I mean, the show premiered like from 1969 to 1974, and it was a sitcom revelation back in the days. Like, boy, crazy that hard to believe that this show turns 50 this year. Dang. Feels so old, and I wasn't even born in the 60s, but anyway. Yeah, the Brady Bunch it's definitely a classic sitcom, and to me, I think Carol Brady is the best TV mom there is. And Florence Henderson she gave a really great performance as a role. And yeah, if you guys still never seen the Brady Bunch, do yourself a favor. They usually show like reruns of the Brady Bunch. Do yourself a favor, watch the Brady Bunch. It's a classic right there. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick one now. Number 10, Claire Duffy from Modern Family. 9, Jay Cobb from My Wife and Kids. 8, Roseanne from Roseanne. 7, Edith Bunker from All in the Family. 6, Beverly Goldberg from The Goldbergs. 5, Lois Griffith from Family Guy. 4, Claire Huxtable from The Cosby Show. 3, Marion Cunningham from The Happy Days. 2, Peg Bundy from Married with Children. 1, Carol Brady from The Brady Bunch. Now, there's loads of other ones I probably could have added. Let me pull up the list here. Of course, Marsha Adams from The Addams Family is a decent one. Wilma Flintstone from The Flintstones I probably could have added. Allison Jennings from Mom is, I mean, she's not really the best mom, to be honest with you, but she's still really, she plays that role pretty well there. Let me see, who else we got here? Of course, Lucy from I Love Lucy. Marie Barone, played by the great Doris Roberts from Everybody Loves Raymond, is a good one. Louise Jefferson from The Jeffersons. Lois from Malcolm in the Middle. Francine Smith from American Dad. Some really good ones here. Anyway, let me leave it to you guys. Who are some of your favorite TV moms of all time? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Thomas L. signing off.